Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I thought I would work in the trash journal for a little while this morning. And I do have some things that I'm interested in doing. I'm not sure if I can do anything with that. That's kind of heavy. I'm going to think about this. It actually is still sort of wet inside. I had a large coffee this morning, and I do have an idea for that really heavy material in the cup. But I thought for now, I would just start playing in this. And if you remember, we've got 3 signatures, and each one was 5 folded pages. So we have all this beautiful space to work in. I love this picture right on top. And when I'm working in something like this, I incorporate other pieces of trash. Like this is from a deck of cards that I found while out thrifting. And I'm definitely not going to waste these beautiful illustrations on this box. It's got some really pretty stuff and like even the information on here. So I think I'll go ahead and cut this out. By the way, this deck of cards was pretty interesting. All of the cards are notched so that you can build a house of cards. And, you know, if I had space to make a display and put it up, or if I felt like this would be something that my grandkids would play with and really enjoy and take care of, I might save it for them. My granddaughter is honestly too young for this. I think she's only 5. She's really smart, but I can see this getting messed up. Her brother, who is 7, has autism, and he's doing awesome, but verbal skills have been an issue, and he likes to chew on things. And of course, my youngest, he's only a year old. And of course, you know, playing cards, that's one of the best-selling items in my shop. So I thought I would throw a few of these in with some of the packs that go out. And I'm also working on some fun packs. But this image on the front, I'm just going to put that right into my trash journal. And I have, oops, this little oval-shaped image of Alice. I think we all love Alice. Alice in Wonderland. You know, there were a lot of questions about Lewis Carroll, though. He was a photographer. And he took a lot of images of young girls, a lot of pictures of young girls, I should say. So now there's a question looking back. Some of the photographs feel a little bit exploitative. They feel a bit inappropriate in a way. But you know, times were different, and I don't know. Take a trip down the rabbit hole into the fanciful wonderland where you will meet Alice, the Cheshire Cat, the Mock Turtle, the Hatter, and many more of Lewis Carroll's enchanting characters. So that's going to be a cute little tag. And, you know, we're just going to use this entire box. I'm not going to let any of this go to waste. And I'm seeing with this blue on the front, we could end up with a pretty neat frame for something. I might keep this on for now. Who knows what we will do with that. This could make an interesting pocket, just the shape that it is. And, ooh, I did cut into that though. I forgot about that. That's okay. It does give us a way to get in here and cut into the frame pretty easily. I might want to leave that information, because we've got the illustrations of Sir John Tenniel, and I love his illustrations. There were quite a few different illustrators of Alice in Wonderland, and his are some of my favorite. Who's the other one? Rackham. Arthur Rackham, I think is his name. I love his as well. So those are my two favorites. So this came from a box that had some sort of baked good in it, I think. And we're just going to try to pull this apart. I should have wet it maybe, but maybe we'll end up with some corrugated cardboard as well as this really fun image on the front. I have another one of these, so we're not going to worry about that. I think the next one I am going to put water on that one with a brush and let it soak in. So that's okay, and this is okay. Let's put that to the side, and let's just take this. Okay, I'm going to use this water. Sometimes water starts to smell bad after it's been sitting with all sorts of stuff in it. I know that's got coffee in it, and I know it has some flecks of paint in it. It honestly looks like it's got mold floating on the top, and that's a little bit surprising to me because I just took both of these containers out to my water hose, my garden hose, and sprayed them both out, cleaned them out, cleaned all the brushes, but I had let it get pretty bad prior to that. So not surprised there if it's actually gone really bad, if it's turned, as they say. So this I'm going to sit to the side. I'm not sure if there's enough water to really soak through. Let's do this. Maybe it'll run down into the little crevices there. And we're going to put that to the side, and then we're going to put this right here. Get this water up so that we can keep working. This needs to go outside. I hear the crows outside. Let's do this. That should be a little better. One can hope. Put that back over here and hope that I don't mix my hot chocolate up with the water for the brushes. Now, here we are. Let's keep pulling trash out. There's a seasoning packet. Yes, I will admit it. We had hamburger helper one night and it was good. I'm not gonna lie, when you're really hungry and you're exhausted and you've both had a really long day and you have some, like a pound of 80-20 ground chuck and a box of this, you're happy to have it. At least I am. We don't eat like this all the time, but I'm glad we have options. As far as food, I am so grateful for what we have in this country. So we got that. And maybe let's just clean this up, and we might use this as some sort of a fun tag. Ooh, chicken feather from the yard. And these are some scrap papers. I think we've pulled out enough. Let's go ahead and start with this. And I think I'm going to put some more tape right inside here because you can see, and I'm actually going to use the scissors this time and be neat about it. But you can kind of see where that perforation is, and okay, I'll cut it again. I want to line it up perfectly with what's already here. Has anybody watched Clickbait? We watched the whole thing, and basically we just continued to watch because we wanted to know who did it. I wouldn't watch it again. I mean, it was okay. I didn't think it was the easiest show to follow. You know, not because I can't handle a script that jumps around and takes you into the past and back into the future, but there were some, to me, there were some gaps that just didn't feel complete. Like, I wanted to see what happened. I won't talk too much about what happened because I don't want to give it away. Through this pandemic, we've watched a lot more, and I guess watched some things even that we might not have, they may not have ever even shown up on our radar, except you get to the point where you're just asking, does anybody have any recommendations? And that was one of the ones that came up. I also have this strip of cloth. I love to keep cotton on the desk to wipe up spills and things. And then you end up with really grungy pieces of fabric that you can use. And I'm just thinking, where do I want to start here? First of all, I think I want to show you something that I discovered that I really like. I'm going to take my R2 pen from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to do these little sort of circle roses. And I think we're just going to make some all the way up the roof line. And every once in a while, I'll do one that feels like maybe a bud instead of a flower. And so let's have, sort of draw like little vines and then just make circles to come up the stem. Not in any fancy sort of way. I kind of like to do little figure eights. And I'll show you. I'm not sure what kind of paper this is or how this is going to work, but I've had some really good results with this little fun technique. One thing I like about the roller ball, and oh my goodness, it might run just too much on this paper. Maybe it'll be okay, but I haven't tried it on this paper. The ink runs though. And where's that cup with my, here it is. So I found that neat cup at the thrift store, and it holds a few of my pink watercolor crayons. So I'm just going to put a little bit of color into each one. And it doesn't have to be anything special. It's kind of a red. We could add, you know, just a touch of this bright pink. And then I'm going to take this spray, and this is the imitation vanilla extract, and I'm just going to spray the whole thing. Do you see how it brightens it up? And it's like the vine, that ink runs a little bit and the colors run into the ink, and I just really like that. I think it's pretty. Let me get my dryer out, dry that a bit. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. Right along here, we've got our masking tape, but I think I might add a strip of washi tape. I don't even know how much is left on this. And I don't know where I got some of this. Now, my friend Jennifer, that's not going to stick. Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, it peels off. What in the world? My friend Jennifer sent me a lot of washi tapes. And then not too long ago, and thank you, Jennifer. I love everything you sent. And I've got a pile of stuff for you. I keep saying I'm going to get it in the mail and quit adding to it. I actually added some more paper to it yesterday. But Jennifer sent me a lot, and then I bought a little storage, it's like a little chest of different drawers, a little storage unit for craft items, and brought it home, and it was full of washi tape. So I can't remember. I think this might have been in that. Is this gonna stick? It's just really not sticking, but it might be because of that. I'm not sure I want that there anyway. Let's try a different washi tape and just see if perhaps it's that tape. This is, I think this is Tim Holtz. I'm not sure though. Yeah, that's doing a little better. So we'll leave that there. I like that. And I got to decide what I want to do. Like, I want to put something in that corner, I think. Let's put that in. Just some stripes, but you know how it is when we start on these things. This is going to be so full of layer after layer and just journaling, actual journaling. I love to use these journals, and I know it makes a wonderful record for future generations. I'm hoping my children will not feel overwhelmed with the amount of journals left behind. And I was thinking this morning as I was driving, I went over to see my daughter and to take some things to her, and she had some things for me, and I was just thinking on the way over there about things that I would like for future generations to know about me. And I'm not even saying that like, you know, like it's a me thing, not like that, but interesting things that have happened in my life that also tie into history, you know, the times that I lived in, things that would be interesting. Like, I would love to know more about my great-grandparents. I would love to know more. So I'm not saying that in a way to like lift myself up, but I was just thinking, oh, I need to write this down. I need to write that down. All right, let's flip this page. Oh, look how pretty that is. And I'm gonna paint just the tiniest bit of water on here. I'm not gonna get into those flowers though. And then I'm actually gonna dry it a little bit. And where is my stamp pad? Oh, I hear the rain. It's a rainy day. Come on. People. I just love this stamp. I think y'all are starting to figure that out. And it's still new, so I hope I can get her face to show up. Sometimes the entire stamp doesn't take. But there she is. And now let's dry it a little
Here's
more.
What I found.
No, Siri, I'm not talking to you. That should be good. I love how you can see the little pieces of glue now. That's pretty. Of course, we will add more. Always going to be adding more. I do think I will distress this envelope right here with the imitation vanilla extract. I don't think Alice had Jif all natural peanut butter, but what if she had? Ah, this might not stick. Which means, because you see that finish there, maybe, maybe I should go ahead and sew that. And see, to sew things, so I'm going to take these paper clips off for now. We really don't need them, and that way this will lay flat. I just hold the book open and put this under the needle. And of course, you know, you're limited by how far you can push it underneath there and not run into the presser foot. Okay, of course, because of the book and the shape of this, I wasn't able to sew a straight stitch all the way around. I went this far and then I turned the whole book as much as I could and sewed in reverse for the rest of this, which is why it is not as neat. But that's okay. This is a trash journal, and kind of the more junky it is, the better. So I do think this will hold, because this is like cardboard against cardboard. But I have a feeling that that sort of shiny, very smooth material on the back would not glue and stay. I don't think glue would hold it. So look at this. We're getting into this for sure. Now this is a little card that I found. And again, I sell a lot of playing cards, all kinds of cards. But this one had enough damage on it that I didn't want to put it into any kind of pack or anything. And I almost threw it back instead of buying it with the other cards I was getting. And then I thought, wait a minute. You know, if I just cut around even his hat, like even if I just took the hat off, that would be so cool to put on top of something else. But I'm going to go ahead and just cut him out completely And we might just put him, because I don't, this is the fun thing about a trash journal. Things that you might not use in cohesive themed items or items that you're going to sell, you can put them in your trash journals and suddenly they fit in and they have a place. Like, you know, I like him there. Let's just put him right there. He's going to be right there in front. And things start to tie together. You know, well, this sounds kind of crazy, but it's almost like when I was homeschooling some of my children. And we did a lot of unit study. So we would study, say, an area. That's going to come up. I'm going to have to glue that. A certain area for geography. We might read a book and say the book talked about Sri Lanka. And we studied cinnamon or something, and that area on the map. Well, maybe we would come across another person if we were studying some sort of sport, or maybe we came across another book and it was a biography and it would talk about somebody being from Sri Lanka. And all of a sudden you look at what you did before and you make a connection and everything starts to flow together. And we used a program called 5 in a Row. And I think one of the ways they described it, you know, knowledge doesn't, or things that you learn, facts, knowledge, things that are taught to children, it doesn't always stick. But when you have, I think they described it as like these things that you learn, you really learn with unit study, and you just get really deep into one subject or one area or one person, you start to have like pegs on the wall that you can then hang other things on. And I find that so much when I'm doing a trash journal or a junk journal. Like we've got this man here, this has steakhouse, and we've got the flowers here. I think I might put a little speech bubble and put a question mark like, do you want to go to the steakhouse with me? And I would never have thought about that, but it's going to start tying the pages together. And that's what makes one of these books so much fun, I think. But where do I put it? You know, I could cut one out instead of writing on top of that. That's pretty neat. I guess we could have had just the plain paper, but I've already cut it and we're not turning back. Alrighty. I don't know if I want to use this big Sharpie to actually write with, but I might put a line around it to make it stand out a little more. And hope that I'm not getting glue on this, and I probably am. I could have done this later. So maybe I will come back later. Sorry, Sharpie. I think I did get glue on one side of it. I think it'll be okay. Hello. Let's see. That's a small Sharpie. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to stop. I don't want to stop, but I have a lot more things that I need to do. Oh, we have all this wonderful trash to go in. I don't want to cover up those flowers, so I'm not going to. I'm just thinking about ways that we could just keep adding. That could have been a planter. See, the flowers could have been growing right out of that. Well, let's go ahead and glue that on here. We're going to do it. Maybe I like this one better for that first page. Okay, and what we will do is just fold this right here. And I'm going to put a couple of paper clips on here to hold that, you know, so that it stays. Because I'm going to move on to, I've got orders to ship, and okay. So I'm going to stop for now. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back really soon with another video. Bye for now.